Boyfriend didn't invite me on trip. Me, 31, and my boyfriend, 41, have been dating for 5 months, and during that entire time he has mentioned how him and his friend take a trip every year to an amusement park, and he always would follow it with, "Would you come with me if we went?" And I always said yes. Well, he tells me last week that his friend invited him to the amusement park the following weekend. I immediately mention that I can bring a cooler with drinks and snacks for everyone, and he doesn't say anything, so I drop it. He keeps mentioning the trip but never actually invites me, and asks me at one point if he should go, but I feel that was to not make me feel bad about not getting an invite. He's coming home from his trip today, and now I'm extremely bothered and honestly don't care if we break up because I wanted a boyfriend that wanted to do fun stuff with me and not get excluded. Side note, I've met and played games online with every single person he went to the amusement park with, so I'm really confused as to why I didn't get an invite, and I'm hurt because I was looking forward to it all summer after he had talked about it so much. So I really just want to know, should I confront him like I want and ask why I was excluded, or should I just accept the fact they didn't want me there? Edit to add. His friend brought his wife and their live-in GF. I read over your post history, and if this is the same guy, it seems like you may be forcing this relationship emo. He probably shouldn't have jumped to inviting you on a trip that consists of a small group of longtime friends. The relationship is very young, and while you say that you've met the friends, I doubt they consider you a friend yet. If the relationship lasts, maybe you'll be invited next year. If you really want to go to the amusement park, plan your own trip. In 5 months you've made 5 posts about him. Think about that. How would you react? If you travel 1,300 kilometers to meet your girlfriend after 4 months, and within 10 minutes of reaching her place she leaves you alone because she has made plans to meet her friends, and you just stays there all by yourself till evening. It seems like we're missing a lot of the story. But assuming we're not, I would think she didn't care about the relationship anymore and was trying to sabotage it. Looking at your older posts, you just need to stop. Delete and block her contacts. You're stressing yourself into an early grave over someone who clearly doesn't care about you and is getting her back blown out by her ex. You need to understand that you mean nothing to her. The sooner you let that sink in, the sooner you can move on. As for what to do with her gifts, donate it, burn it, throw them away, blow them up, for all I care. It seems like you're holding onto them as a possible excuse to contact her. Plus it's long distance. Why are you putting yourself through this for a garbage person that's 1,300 kilometers away when there's perfectly good garbage people right in your backyard? Pull yourself together. Was this a surprise trip or a planned one? If the latter, that would be the end for me. If the former, I would be understanding since it was a surprise. Update. The nice guy turned out to be a real narcissist in less than a day. Long story short, I posted this yesterday, asking for opinions on this guy. Today, out of blue, after we talked that it's not gonna work, I get a call, 8 a.m. in the morning. I pick it up. Here he goes. My tenancy is ending and I cannot be asked to look for another place. I am going back to my parents, who live like 8 hours train away. He also has a full-time job here. Anyways, I don't think we would have worked out because I require the attention you would never gonna give me. I require a lot because I am an amazing guy and you're just not good enough for me, like WTF? He turned the whole situation to be my fault and him to be the victim. That's how a narcissist show his true colors. Me mentioned all sort of things to make it all about himself. I am studying medicine and yes, I am busy, but I've been seeing him every 5/7 days with phone calls and texts in between. We had planned to do stuff later this week for his birthday. He expected me to give him and do all the stuff I would offer my boyfriend, and not a guy I am just dating. I even told him how bad it would be if I actually gave him my heart and attention, and he is leaving anyways. He goes, "No, if I thought we would gonna work out I would have stayed, lol." Anyways, I thought I put this up to give an update about how well it worked out at the end. I dodged a bullet. Imagine being with him for long term. Please trust your instincts when something looks sus after even one date. Stay safe and love you all. Edit 1. He reached out with different number saying he really wanna meet before he leaves, so we are not on bad terms. I am scared of my life now. I have blocked that number too. Now I am seeking advice. I'd have said, "Okay, cool," and hung up and went back to sleep. Sounds like he was also a possible homosexual. He could have moved himself into your place without asking. It's interesting that this came up exactly when his lease expired, and he was looking to mooch off of someone anyway. Yup, he has left you, because their ego cannot handle that they have been dumped. You are not good enough for me. So very typical of a reaction. Do not ever for even a minute think this is a statement with any truth in it. Bullet Dodger, SP, award goes to you. Stay healthy and safe. Kelser Prize. I'm glad to hear that at least you are safe. Sounds like he might also have been doing to fill court press to move in with you. 8 hours sounds like a pretty safe distance away from him. I hope you wished him safe travels. Ditching friends to hang with you wasn't a good sign. That's someone who couldn't keep a promise and was acting obsessively. From wedding planning to breakup. My fiancé of 2 months, and boyfriend of 4 years just broke it off with me. He asked me to marry him 2 months ago in front of my whole family, about 40 people. We live in a house together, I own it. We have lived together for 3 years. We have a dog. By all intents and purposes, it seemed to me like we had a happy life. We had some issues. I am OCD and he is a messy house person. I am an early riser, he sleeps until 11 a.m. etc. etc. But nothing that would have led me to believe he was unhappy. We were discussing our wedding this morning, and 10 minutes later he sat me down and said he has been unhappy the last 2 years and has stopped loving me. He said he hoped the engagement would fix things. He never said he was unhappy to me. My friends are shocked, my family is shocked, I am shocked, I did not see this coming. I am confused, I am devastated and I don't understand. I am not sure I am looking for advice as much as seeing if anyone else can think of any reasons why a man you believe to be happy, shows up happy to everyone you know, whose family loves you and who constantly talks about your future getting another dog, your wedding, etc. would in 10 minutes upend your entire life. Right now you're in shock. He has been deliberately deceiving you for, as he tells it, 2 years. He has probably also been deceiving himself for most of that time. The only thing you can do right now is give yourself time to process this. Get away from him and surround yourself with friends and family. Don't try to change his mind. You do not want to marry someone who does not 100% want to marry you. I am sorry, Op. Maybe there were signs, but you were not paying that close of an attention. Never or rarely fighting is also not a sign you are both happy with the relationship. Maybe you need to examine who plans everything, who gives the most effort, who is the complacent one, who just goes along with the plans. Who brought up the marriage and kids talk? Maybe he's depressed so nothing is really right no matter how right it is. You two have different lifestyles to start with. Do you share hobbies? Friends? I bet there's more of a disparity than messy and clean.